Hello Sandeep, how are you today?
Very good. How are you, Shweta?
Good. Thank you for joining us for a Spotlight special series. So, shall we start the interview?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your current role at Mastercard?
I lead product and innovation for Asia Pacific. I've been in Mastercard for a long time, 25 years actually. So I look to scale existing payment products, whether they are debit cards, credit cards, commercial cards, prepaid cards, bill payments, and many other flows in the large market, B2B flows and SME flows, working with banks and fintechs. So we look to scale those in Asia Pacific and then also create new products which are going to shape the future of payments. So that's primarily my role, existing and new, and it's a lot of fun.
Do you prefer the office or work from home?
Very interesting question. I actually prefer both. Office gives you the ability to connect with people. You can actually connect to a face beyond an email or a phone call. You get to bond, and especially when I work on innovative products and creating new ideas, that's generally done in a more collaborative environment, more in person, more whiteboarding. Whereas home provides you a lot more focus, so I don't get distracted. And then I also have an ability to be slightly more flexible. Now, the downside of working at home is you don't have an end time. So I actually personally prefer both of these things where you're in office for 3 to 4 days and then you work from home for 1 to 2 days.
Great. What's the first thing you do when you start work?
The first thing is I actually look at my calendar and I derive a lot of my energy from people. So I personally look at how many meetings are today where I'm going to meet one-on-one, more for lunches, for breakfast, for tea, for coffee, because that creates me a lot of energy and provides me a lot more energy. Yes, we do have other boring meetings. You have to do reviews, you have to sit in committees, you have to approve pricing and deals and other things. But I primarily first look at the calendar as to who I'm going to meet, and I try to maximize meeting people as a part of the calendar.
How do you relieve stress?
Release stress. So I do a bunch of things, and I learned a lot of that during COVID. So I picked up cycling during COVID. So I cycle like 3 times a week. I run, I swim, and I play cricket. And I actually broke my hand playing cricket over the weekend. But these are some of the things which I do. And then generally in the evenings, I listen to music. I do not watch TV. I'm very, very boring. I do not even switch on the monitor when I'm on a flight. But music is one thing which helps me relieve my stress.
Best piece of advice you've received?
Best piece of advice, work hard, be humble, do good to others, and good things will happen to you. And this is the advice I actually give to others also. But I work in an area where you work on many things and you may not have an outcome, or it may not be successful. So 8 out of 10 things may not work. So the intent is continue to work on the things where you don't worry about the outcome. Just continue, and it's going to work at some point of time.
Are you a tea or a coffee drinker?
Actually, both. It's very interesting that I only drink tea at home and I only drink coffee at work. And we do have these many use cases because we are in a payment industry. So we look for ways to pay for a coffee. In the past, you used to have a zip tap machine, then you would swipe your card, then you would dip your card. Now you can even tap your card to actually pay for the coffee. Or you can pre-order your coffee by clicking a button on a Starbucks app or a Chayos app or whatever the case might be. And that's what I'm very keen about, that when I think about a new use case, first thing I think is, how do you pay for your tea or your coffee? But I drink both.
Where do you think we'll be ordering coffees from next?
See, today you can actually order your coffee walking into a store by tapping your card or phone or watch. You can also click a mobile app and pre-order a coffee. So I think that will become even more prominent. And then we are experimenting new ways where you can actually order your coffee from within Metaverse. So you're browsing within a Metaverse platform. You see an ad of a coffee brand and you click on it and you order the coffee. You pay within the Metaverse through your payment instrument, and the coffee is physically delivered to your home or your office.
Have you invested in any cryptos or NFTs yet?
Very personal question. I've invested just a little bit, not a whole lot. Private cryptos, I'm not sure I fully believe in it. I'm still watching as to what their role is. Is it primarily for investment? Is it for retail payments? I don't think so. Is it for wholesale payments? Maybe, but I still think that they are way too volatile to become mainstream. So invested just for fun, but not as a major asset. We do at Mastercard, what we do is we do give choice to our consumers and the merchants to accept crypto or pay in crypto using crypto cards. We've launched programs in Europe and many other markets where you actually pay using your crypto. Same thing with NFTs. So if you want to buy NFT, we allow you to use your fiat currency, whether it's US dollar or SGD or GBP, to pay to buy a crypto or to buy an NFT without the need for buying a crypto as a first step.
Any innovation advice for future forward thinkers out there like yourself?
Yeah, so innovation doesn't mean creating complex technology and complex algorithms. I believe innovation, a lot of innovation is renovation. You just simplify your business processes, make them efficient. If you had 18 forms, if you made it to 2 forms, that's innovation. So efficiency is one form, and then you have to change the mindset within the company where you bring in a cultural shift in terms of how people think about creating new methods within the organization before you create external products and services. So changing that mindset is an important thing where everybody in your corporation, right up to from your CEO up to the admin, is all involved in this innovation thinking where they are constantly looking at ways to create new business processes which are efficient and also create new revenue streams by creating new business models. I think that's what we generally focus on, and I advise to my team to do that all the time.
What money payments lessons or tips do you give your kids?
That's an interesting one. It's a very hard one. You want to teach your kids about money in terms of dealing with hard notes or bills and coins. They don't exist anymore. I don't see them at all. So it's a little bit hard to teach. But you can manifest them in form of creating a bank account for your kids, in terms of creating a debit card for your kids with spending limits that they can only be used for a special purpose at this location during this time of the day. And that's how you improve their spending and saving behavior. I think that electronic form and creating this responsible spending and saving behavior is a key thing.
This was fun. Thank you, Sandeep, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.